Caution.
Ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be talking about the original timeline once again, part 2. Now the reason I am doing this is because of the additional season of The Flash season 5. So let's get into it, shall we? Now my face is going to be cut off, but my face is not important. And make sure to watch part 1. So, and this is not, you're going to get a better version of this at the end of the video. So, let's start at the beginning. 2000. Nora Allen dies. Now, people say that in the original timeline, Nora Allen lives. But I'm like, no, that can't be. Because 2020 Barry stops Flash Season 1 Barry from stopping, him from saving his mother. So obviously, she has to die. Now, in the original timeline, she doesn't die by Reverse Flash, but by a robber. Think of the Flashpoint animated movie, of course. So, and also, I think it would be cool that Nora Allen's death is a fixed point, whether it's by Reverse Flash or a robber. Okay? 2000, between 2000 and 2003, Harrison Wells and Tess Morgan come up with the idea for the particle accelerator. I can't believe it took them 20 years to do that. But hey, it took Earbar 13 years, but let's skip 12 years later. 12 years later, Oliver becomes the Arrow, and his life is pretty much the same, like in the show, Arrow season 1 through 7. But the only differences is that when Barry comes to meet him, he leaves, because remember, the reason why he left is because of the particle accelerator.
Where's Barry?
He went back to Central City. Wanted to get home in time to see them turn on the particle accelerator.
But this, here in the original timeline, he left because, well, they solved the case. Or after he found out he was the Arrow, he decided to stay a little bit more. And also, because of the changes, in the original timeline, Sarah just goes on to live, not meaning anything to the timeline. So yeah, that happens after Constantine revives her. And the crossovers don't happen. So let's skip over. Between 2012 and 2019, Barry meets the Justice League. He meets Bruce Wayne. He meets John Jones. He meets Superman. He meets Supergirl. He meets Hawkgirl. He pretty much meets everybody. 2020, Barry Allen becomes the Flash. Now, between that time, Barry was hanging out with the Justice League. But he didn't get his own powers until 2020. And it should be January 2020, because when you get hit by the Speed Force, you're in a coma for 9 months. So yeah, so January 2020, then he wakes up 9 months later. 2021, I put a lot of stuff in his first year. He creates Gideon.
What are you?
I'm Gideon, an interactive artificial consciousness. You created me.
Now, how did he create Gideon after he's only been the Flash for 1 year? Well, think of between 2012 and 2019. He's kind of he has experience with technology. CSI. He becomes the director of CSI.
Barry Allen, director of Central City Police, CSI Division.
Director.
The Thinker. Earbard mentioned him, so obviously the Flash of 2020 faced the Thinker. Iris creates the Central City Citizen. Now, this was shown in Flash Season 5.
So, I just have to tell you one little thing. See that ledger down there? That's the year the paper was founded. In my time.
2021.
You're changing the future already.
Like, maybe not in the original timeline. It was established in 2021, but I'm like, hey, I'll take what I could get. 2022. For the first time, Barry Allen does Flashpoint. Nothing else for me to say, because of what I said here. It has to be a fixed point, no matter what timeline. No more Team Flash. Sometime in 2022, I think Barry's like, you know what? I'm done with Team Flash. We can still work together every once in a while, but I think for the most part, I want to do it on my own. I gotta do it on my own. And because of that, his first villain is Cicada. David Hirsch Cicada. And this, of course, this can have some ramifications, with the thinker. Also in 2022, Justice League is born. He finally creates the Justice League. Superman, Batman, everybody's on there. And their first villain is Money, the Mr. Money guy.
Don't make us shoot you. Stand down. Oh, I don't think so, copper. Not until I get my money.
Alright, so 2023, we're going to get into the Savitar timeline. Because remember, you've already mentioned him.
You know what's funny about your dad, Nora? She hates me. Hates me with a passion. And yet, a version of him is Savitar. Much bigger jerk than I ever was. Did you see the face? Did you see the pizza face?
Can you hurry up?
Yeah, I'll hurry up.
Cicada kills Iris, 2023. Now, when Cicada kills Iris, he doesn't turn emo. Okay? So, between 2023 and 2027, people are dying in Central City. Like, Cicada and other villains, like the Trickster's son and the Trickster are killing people. And then Barry's like, okay, we gotta get some of these people out of Central City. People are dying. But 2027, 4 years later, Savitar's born. Because pretty much like a whole lot of people in Central City has died. And then he's like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm going back in time. And the Justice League try to stop him. No, I get you mad and all. Like 90% of the population in Central City have moved away. But you can't travel back in time. And even Barry tells Justice League, I know, I learned my lesson with Flashpoint, but I don't care. And he turns evil, right? So he travels back in time to 2023. And Savitar is more comic book Savitar. And let me say, he's not more comic book Savitar, he's comic book Future Flash. He's not being Savitar Season 3 self.
See, that's the thing about time travel, Barry. The more you do it, the less the rules apply to you.
He's not speaking the more time to that. No. This is Future Flash. He comes back in time, he shows himself to the Flash, and since Savitar stopped Cicada from killing Iris, he ends up killing Tess because she went into a coma because of the particle accelerator. Because remember in the pilot, Eobard showed Barry particle accelerator, but since it's with Harrison Wells, after he showed him particle accelerator, he showed him his wife. Even though our particle accelerator was successful, my wife went into a coma. But then sometime between 2020 and 2023, she ends up waking up from the coma and she finds out she's a metahuman. Cicada, wants to kill metahumans, but his reasoning, his motive is much different from Flash Season 5, David Hirsch, and the other Cicadas. And so, Cicada kills Tess, and Harrison Wells tells Barry, like, I want you to kill Cicada, because by this point, Team Flash already knows. You already know who Savitar is? Savitar, he's telling Team Flash, you gotta kill your villains, or at least injure them. But Flash is like, no, I'm not gonna do that. And so, when Cicada kills Tess, Harrison Wells is like, Savitar's right, you gotta kill your villains. You gotta kill your villains. And Flash says, no, that is not the way. And so, sometime late in 2023, it comes to either Flash has to stop Savitar, or he has to stop Cicada. And he ends up stopping Savitar. And then Cicada, gets away. That's how he got the name.
The one who got away.
So, something else. We're about to get into the other stuff. 2023, Dawn of the Dead. And Nora Allen, well, boy. Now, the reason why it's to this is because Gideon mentioned her.
Good evening, Nora West Allen.
Hi. You know who I am?
Of course, Nora West Allen, daughter of Iris West and Barry Allen, also known as The Flash.
So, think about it. There's 3 timelines where all 3 of them were born. Number 1, it's Dawn, and Nora. Season 5, it's just Nora. And number 3, it's Season 6 or it's Season 7, it's just going to be Dawn and Dawn. And don't worry, I'm going to mention on how Eobard doesn't know about Nora. 2024, the Crisis on Infinite Earths happens. Yes, the Crisis on Infinite Earths did not happen in this timeline. So after Barry disappears, the Flash Museum was made a few months after the Flash disappeared. 2041, Bart Allen is born. I forgot which one is he born to, Dawn or Dawn of the Dead. It don't matter. 2045. Nora Allen goes to the future. Now, between 2026 and 2039, Nora Allen did not want to become a superhero because Dawn and Dawn were pretty much the superheroes. But because of the Legion, she ends up becoming a superhero, and because of that, they end up traveling back in time because they recruit her and they recruit Supergirl, because of the comics and like the animated series. So that's how Eobard doesn't know about her. It's because she went to the future, and how did season 1 getting to know about Nora? It's because he kept traveling back in time, and she put her back in the Flash Museum. 2071, or not 71, 71 or 72. Oliver dies at the age of 86 years old.
The history books say you live to be 86 years old, Mr. Green.
Other stuff that happened between 2024 and 2071. Cisco dies. Tess Morgan dies. Black Canary is, her legacy. Felicity sucks. She doesn't mean anything. But, yeah.
No one has ever heard of Felicity Smoke.
2021-51. Eobard Thawne is born. Now, remember what Eobard said to Eddie.
And what exactly makes me such a failure?
Your career as a police detective, it's spectacularly uneventful.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
No, we have seen. I am from the future, and you are the only Thawne to be all but forgotten by history.
And going back to the particle accelerator and Eobard creating the particle accelerator much earlier clip.
You're not as smart as you think you are.
Oh, really? Because I'm a genius where I come from. Imagine how smart that makes me here.
So Eobard, if you're so smart, why did it take you 13 years to do the particle accelerator? Now, granted, it's probably the technology, but still. 2168. Rip Hunter's family dies. It's not 2168. I just picked a random year close to this time right here. But also before Rip Hunter, Booster Gold is born. He has a son named Michael. Rip Hunter, fake name. And then Rip Hunter, remember what he said in season 1. I'm not gonna find the clip too much. Rip Hunter said he went seconds, then he went minutes, then he went days, then he went months, and then he went years. Years like 2165. But then he eventually travels all the way to Vandal Savage's time. And so that's where last in season 1 happens. And then that's how Sarah and Heatwave and Captain Cold become important to the timeline. And also in season 1, remember what he said? That when people time travel, it's only like 2 seconds.
What's it been? 45 years since you hired me to nuke New York?
Well, 45 years for you, maybe, but for me?
But to you, it's like 2 years. So even though when Rip Hunter traveled back in time to Vandal Savage's time in 2 seconds, in those 2 seconds, all this still happened. So 2175. Excuse me. Vandal Savage defeats the Hawk people. And so when Rip Hunter went back in time to stop Rip Hunter, Time Masters are like, now, okay, we have to make sure this happens. 2190. Eobard finally creates the Reverse Flash or the Negative Speed Force. I never got this because I heard in the comics, like, you technically follow a second Eobard Thawne because the second Eobard Thawne sees that, oh, I'm supposed to become evil? Okay, let me become evil. But I never seen as to, okay, what was the first Eobard's, reason to hate the Flash and stuff. So yeah, he travels back in time, looking for Barry. And then that's when he finds the time wraiths. That's when he runs into Superman, either Batman Beyond Superman or Superman 2024. And then that's when Eobard runs into other monsters, And then there's that theory that Eobard actually ran into Zoom with the helmet thing. I mean, I doubt it because why would he be scared of her? It doesn't make any sense. 3000. Rest in peace, Tony Stark. That's my man. Rest in peace, Tony Stark. I'm done with the MCU because they are going with the political feminism stuff now. I don't want it. But anyway, I'm going to repeat a little bit of the stuff again. The Legion go back in time to look for 2 superheroes because they're looking for their 4th rendition of the Legion of Superheroes. You know, they go get Supergirl and Nora. And then that's when Gideon does the mentioning in season 5.
Good evening, Barry Allen. I was not expecting you this soon.
She knows you?
I know you as well, Nora West Allen, also known as XS. 5th recruit in the rebooted Legion of...
Gideon, the particle accelerator is about to explode.
I'm done with Barry. Barry needs to stop cutting off Gideon. You know, what's next? You know, Gideon's gonna be like, the Flash. You're the creator of the Flash and the, you know, Gideon will be saying like the Flash and the Outsiders. Like Batman and the Outsiders. So Barry, stop cutting Gideon off. Stop it. So, let's go back to the Crisis on Infinite Earths. I hope this happens. I know it's probably not gonna happen, but what if? What if? You know, it's season 6, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Barry approaches the Monitor. I know Oliver Queen is still alive. You know, Car's there as well. The Monitor, I know Oliver Queen is still alive. The Monitor's like, okay, now that Crisis on Infinite Earths is over, Oliver Queen is still alive. Because I don't want Felicity to be the only one to know that Oliver Queen is still alive. That's gonna piss me off. So, the only people who should know that Oliver Queen is still alive is Barry, Car, and Felicity. But, continuing the scene, Barry's like, really? Yeah, I took Oliver Queen to the same place I took you. Barry's like, what do you mean, me? I took Original Timeline you to this place. Car's like, Original Timeline you? Shut up, Car. Nobody's talking to you. And because I really want 2020 Barry to be somehow impactful with the Crisis on Infinite Earths. Original Timeline Barry is better than 2014 Barry. So yeah, I look at the Monitor like, this has already happened 3 times, and I'm tired of the Crisis. But yeah, when they go back in time with Barry and Reverse Flash, they end up, instead of Krypton never explodes up, John Jones never makes it to Earth, you know, pretty much Justice League's all wiped away. Batman never meets Barry Allen, old Oliver Queen, you know, these face to face. You know, pretty much Barry only knows about, you know, Bruce Wayne and Batman. He just never met him. So yeah, you see the changes. And, you know, Rip Hunter, you know, Sarah, Heatwave become important to the timeline. We're not yet. That's how, which I'm going to talk about later on during the summer. Season 6 needs to end with Legends of Tomorrow. Or the other, vice versa. But hey, this that's it. Now, remember, this is a theory. A Flash theory. None of this happened. Well, only 10% of this happened. We know what did happen in the original timeline. The Thinker, Gideon, the Flash, Harrison Wells, and Savitar. And am I missing any? Oh, and Oliver dies. Because whatever comes out of Earbard's mouth, or specifically Season 1 Earbard, or Gideon, this confirms the suspicion of the original timeline exists. So if Season 6, you know, if Earbard or Gideon mentions Red Death, I'm like, of course he exists in the original timeline. Now, if they do mention it, where will I put Red Death? I will put Red Death somewhere in 2023. You know, right before Savitar. It's like another speedster. I just defeated one. But yeah, that is all. I think I'll show you the original one. I'll show you the original one now. Cut. So here's the paper edition of the original timeline. Now, the reason I moved Flashpoint, as you can see, is here in 2021, but on the other one, it's 2022. The reason why I moved it to 2022 is because I felt like Barry did too much stuff in his second year as the Flash. And let's be clear, even though between 2012 and 2019 he had the Justice League, he was still unexperienced as the Flash. And, you know, you can see Tess in the coma. And as you can see here, after Earbard, you know, in Flash travel back in time, he gets that update by Gideon. He decides to go back to grab the newspaper, and they go back to, you know, 2000, which, you know, of course, I doubt that happened. But, yeah, these are the original timelines, or you say this original timeline, alternate timeline 1, and the alternate timeline 2. But yeah, I like to say original timelines. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and goodbye. I doubt I'll make a part 3. But like I said earlier, maybe, depending on the Season 6 information. But I won't be watching Season 6. Fuck the Flash. Goodbye, Flash. Bye.